Hey everyone, it's Miss Sophia here from Ms Hoa's English Communication Centre. We're back today with our second video in our speaking and listening series where we're learning 100 common English verbs. In today's video, we'll be learning 20 new verbs starting from letters F and running all the way through to letter J. So, are you ready to learn some new verbs? Great, let's get going. Which of the below is a verb? Is it 1, woman, 2, stunning, or 3, wash? That's right, it's number 3, wash. Number 1, woman, is a noun. Number 2, stunning, is an adjective. Meaning number 3, wash, is a verb. Okay, it's time to take a look at our first list of verbs. But before we can read them, we need to fill in the blanks. So take a few minutes to study the words and see if you can work out what verbs we are going to be learning first. Our first verb is fail. Second on the list is feel. Next up is follow. Number 4 is forget. 5, forgive. 6 is gaze. 7, gather. 'Did you manage to work them all out? Okay, great. Let's move on to take a look at our verbs again. So, before we take a look at our verbs, take a quick look at these pictures and see if you can work out which picture relates to which verb. Okay, now you've had a little look, let's see our verbs and match them up. Number 1 is fail. Here we can see a student has received a bad grade on his paper. This is number 1, fail. Number 2 is feel. In this picture we can see someone feeling the sand with their hands. So this is feel. Number 3 is follow. Here we can see these people following this person. So this is number 3, follow. Number 4 is forget. This man looks like he's forgotten something. So it is number 4, forget. Number 5 is forgive. We can see these people holding hands, having a moment. So this is forgive. Number 6 is to gaze. We can see this woman's eyes here gazing very intently at us. So this is number 6, gaze. And finally, gather. We can see all of these friends have gathered together for a celebration. So this is number 7, gather. Did you manage to work them all out? Fantastic! Now let's move on to read our verbs and definitions together. Fail. Fail. To fail is to be unsuccessful in achieving one's goal. So, I got an F on my paper. It was a complete fail. Feel. Feel. To be aware of a person or object through touching or being touched. Also to experience an emotion or sensation. So you could say, the teddy bear feels really soft. But you can also say, I'm feeling really sad today. follow, follow. To go or come after a person or thing proceeding ahead. To move or travel behind. So for example, my kitten follows me everywhere. She won't leave me alone. Forget, forget. This means to fail to remember. So if it's raining, don't forget your umbrella. Forgive, forgive. This means to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offence, flaw or mistake. So, if someone has wronged you, but you would like to make it right and you are okay with it, you can say, I forgive you. Gaze, gaze. This is to look steadily and intently at someone, especially in admiration, surprise or thought. So maybe if you are watching your crush from afar, you are gazing at them. And finally, gather, gather. This means to come together, assemble or communicate. All of the friends gathered together for a reunion after many years apart. Now we've listened to those verbs, it's time to listen to a clip and see if you can answer the following question.
He gazed at her across the table. He wished she'd forgive him. But he knew she might be able to forgive, but never forget what had happened.
Which three verbs did you hear in the passage? Did you hear feel, fail and gather? Follow, gaze and fail? Or gaze, forgive and forget? The answer is gaze, forgive and forget. In the passage, it said that he gazed at her, hoping that she would forgive him, but he knew she could forgive but never forget. Did you manage to hear all three? Excellent. Okay, time for our next set of verbs. Now, before we can read our verbs, we need to unscramble them. So let's take a look at them. Our first verb is hope. Our second verb is hurt. Third is give. Fourth, guide. Fifth, hate. Six, hesitate. And seven, hide. Did you manage to unscramble them all? Fantastic. Now let's take a look at what they mean. Okay, now we have our definitions and our verbs ready. Let's match them up to one another. Our first definition is cause physical pain or injury to. This is hurt. Second definition is put or keep out of sight, conceal from view or notice of others. This is to hide. Next, if you want something to happen or be the case. This is to hope. To show or indicate the way to someone is to guide. Pause before saying or doing something, especially through uncertainty. The verb we'd use here is hesitate. Next definition is to cause or allow someone or something, or to provide or supply someone with something. This is give. And our final definition is an intense feeling or passionate dislike for someone. And this is called hate. Okay, now they're all matched up. Let's say those together and run through them again. Hope. Hope. To hope is to want something to happen or to be the case. So, I really hope he asks me out on a date because I really want to go out with him. Hurt. Hurt. This means to cause physical pain or injury to. When they were playing basketball, he kicked him in the shins and it really hurt. Give. Give. This means to cause or allow someone or something to have something, or to provide or supply someone with something. So, please give me back my pencil case. I need to use my ruler. Guide. Guide. This is to show or indicate the way to something. Hate. Hate. This is to feel intense or passionate dislike for someone. I hate her. She's so bossy and mean all the time. Hesitate. Hesitate. This means to pause before saying or doing something, especially through uncertainty. He hesitated before he responded, like he was unsure of what I was asking. And finally, hide. Hide. To hide is to put or keep out of sight, conceal from view or the notice of others. The little boy liked to hide his toys under the bed so no one could find them. Now it's time to listen to the following clip and see if the statements are true or false. Listen carefully.
Tom and Jerry are always fighting these days, aren't they?
I know, right? I think they really hate each other.
I think it's since they had that falling out last year. They used to be so close.
Yeah, must be. Such a shame.
How do the brothers feel about one another? Do they love each other? Do they hate each other? Or do they tolerate each other? That's right, these brothers hate each other. Do you hate your siblings? Or do you love them? Or tolerate them? Now, it's time to take a look at our final set of verbs. Can you work them out from their phonetics? Take a few minutes to read the words aloud and see if you can work out what verbs they are. Okay, now you've had some time, let's run through them. Number 1 is imagine. Imagine. Number 2 is imply. Imply. Number 3 is impress. Impress. Number 4 is improve. Improve. Number 5 is join. Join. And number 6 is joke. Joke. Did you manage to get a few of those right? I hope so. Okay, let's move on to our next slide. This time, instead of matching our verbs to definitions, we are going to use the verbs to complete the following sentences. Just a little clue too. One of these verbs needs ed added to the end to make sense in the sentence. So be sure to remember that when you're trying to fill in the blanks. Let's take a look at some of our sentences and see which ones fit in. Okay, sentence number 1. She used some sticky tape to the two pieces of paper together. Which verb could fit in here? That's right, it's join. She used some sticky tape to join the two pieces of paper together. I couldn't what she expected to tell them. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine what she expected to tell them. I subscribed to 2 magazines to my mind. It is improve. I subscribed to 2 magazines to improve my mind. She could laugh and with her colleagues. She could laugh and joke with her colleagues. She didn't say it, but I could tell what she was trying to by her facial expressions. This is imply. She didn't say it, but I could tell what she was trying to imply by her facial expressions. And finally, this is the one that we need to add ed. They immediately impressed the judges. How did you get on with that exercise? Awesome! Okay, time to run through our last set of verbs. Don't forget to say the words along with me to practice your pronunciation. Imagine. Imagine. Imagine is to form a mental image or concept of something. So, she liked to imagine what her life would be like 10 years from now. Imply. Imply. Strongly suggest the truth or existence of something not expressly stated. So, if you imply something, you might not necessarily actually say the thing you mean, but may use facial expressions and different language to imply what you really mean. Impress. Impress. To make someone feel admiration and respect. He really impressed me at the job interview. He was very complimentary and had lots of great answers. Improve. Improve. This simply means to make or become better. I recently joined the gym to improve my health. Join. Join. To link or connect. The couple joined hands as they crossed the street. And finally, joke. Joke. To make jokes, talk humorously or flippantly. She loved to laugh and joke with her friends. Now, time to listen to our final clip of today's video and answer the following questions. Make sure you listen carefully.
Oh, I see you and George having pretty cozy. Something going on?
What are you trying to imply, Tang? There's nothing going on at all.
Oh, sorry. I was just having a laugh and a joke with you. I didn't mean anything.
It's okay. I just don't want other people getting the wrong idea. We're just friends.
Which of the below verbs did the woman use? 1. Impress. 2. Join. Or C. Imply. And which of the below verbs did the boy use? Was it 1. Joke. 2. Imagine. Or 3. Improve. So the answer to question 1 is imply. She asked the boy, "What are you trying to imply?" And he responded with joke. I was just having a joke with you. Did you manage to get them right? Now, let's practice what we've learnt today. Pick 5 to 10 of the verbs that we've learnt in today's video and describe a situation, real or fictional. It's up to you. So the 5 verbs that I've chosen are gather, gaze, followed, imagine, and hoped. Don't forget you can change the tenses of the verbs at any point to suit what you are talking about. So if I were to use these words, I might say, a group of friends gathered at the beach. They lay on the sand and gazed at the stars. At one point in the night, John went for a walk and Jenny followed him. She loved John and she imagined what their life would be together if he knew that she loved him. She hoped that one day he would find out and they could gaze at the stars together. Have a go and have a little bit of fun with it. Try and create some fun stories using the verbs that you've learnt today. Okay, so that's the end of our second video in our 100 Common English Verbs series. Be sure to come back next time where we'll be looking at 20 new verbs to add to your vocabulary. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and be sure to let us know if there's anything you'd like to see on our channel. Thanks for watching and enjoy using the verbs that you've learnt today. See you next time!
Ms Hoa Giao Tiếp, độc quyền phương pháp phản xạ truyền cảm hứng.